Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow, there lived a curious little girl named Alice, who loved to daydream. One day, while sitting by the riverbank with her sister, she spotted a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and muttering about being late. Intrigued, Alice followed the rabbit down a deep, deep hole and tumbled into a strange and whimsical world known as Wonderland. As she fell, she found herself floating down for a long time, surrounded by shelves filled with jars of pickles, books, and all sorts of curiosities. When she finally landed with a soft thud, she found herself in a hallway lined with doors. Puzzled, she discovered a tiny key that opened a little door leading to a beautiful garden. But oh no, she was too big to fit. Feeling a bit sad, she spotted a little bottle labeled, "Drink Me," and after taking a sip, she shrank down to a tiny size. Excited, she hurried to the garden, but then she realized she had left the key on the table. In a frenzied rush and a bit of munching on a cake labeled "Eat Me," she grew larger than ever. This crazy back and forth made her giggle and sneeze. Oh dear, how silly. As Alice wandered further into Wonderland, she met a whole cast of strange characters. First, she encountered the Cheshire Cat, who had a big grin and could appear and disappear at will, delighting her with riddles about how everyone in Wonderland was mad. Then came the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, having a never-ending tea party where time stood still. They sipped tea and nibbled on nonsensical cakes, chatting away about hats and riddles until Alice was quite dizzy from all the laughter and confusion. In a nearby garden, she saw a group of playing cards busy painting the white roses, red for the Queen of Hearts, who was known for her love of beheadings. The Queen, with her loud, "Off with their heads," and her short temper, added a layer of excitement and fear, so everyone rushed to please her. But Alice stood her ground and refused to be intimidated, finding humor in the chaos around her. Then, Alice stumbled into a courtroom where the Queen was judging the Knave of Hearts for stealing tarts. With its funny rules and topsy-turvy logic, the trial turned into a whirlwind of nonsense that made Alice giggle and wonder at the silliness of it all. As the trial continued, she grew bolder and realized that nothing in Wonderland could shake her confidence. With a dreamy heart, she finally declared that the King and Queen just made no sense, causing quite a stir among all the goofy characters. Just then, Alice felt herself growing larger once more, and with a cheeky grin, she boldly challenged the Queen's absurdity, which caused a great uproar. Suddenly, all the characters began to vanish, and Alice found herself back by the riverbank, waking up from what turned out to be a fantastical dream. Her sister smiled, watching her wake, and although Alice couldn't help but feel a tiny bit sad to leave Wonderland behind, she knew that her adventure would always live in her heart. With a sparkle in her eye, Alice looked back toward the tree where her incredible journey began, forever knowing that even in the most ordinary moments, sometimes the most extraordinary adventures can happen. And that, dear child, is the marvelous tale of Alice's adventures in Wonderland.